Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about how to get your iPad to run macOS. So, it can't actually run macOS. It's actually running Sidecar from my Mac. So this is a Safari window, I got my dock open, and I got it all on my iPad. So I have two screens on my Mac right now. Now this has got to be my favorite Apple kind of ecosystem feature, as it allows for me to have a quick external display while using my iPad instead of having to use a third-party display maybe, or another one that you have to connect cords to, as this is completely wireless from my MacBook to my iPad. Kind of like with AirPlay to an Apple TV. It's the same thing. So, to be able to run Sidecar on your machine, you need to be running macOS Catalina or later. So, if you're running Big Sur, you obviously have it, and if you're running anything Mojave or older, you do not have it, which is unfortunate because I love this feature, and everyone I know, I have a bunch of friends who also use this, and they're like blown away by the fact that it's like, I can have a second screen and just like have this on my desk instead of having to use a whole screen. Now, the one thing though that I don't like is you can't interact with the screen. You have to use your Mac mouse or an external mouse, and we can click on and go to Apple right now. Did I click it? It's loading, and it'll bring you right to apple.com. Now, you can interact with the touch bar at the bottom, which is pretty cool how you do get touch bar controls if you don't have a Touchbar Mac, because I know I don't have a Touchbar Mac. And it is nice to be able to interact with my iPad screen by using the touch bar. So, it's honestly great because of that, and how you might not be able to touch the screen and interact with it, but you can turn on a floating keyboard and type on it if you're running iPad OS 14. And it's honestly great to do that, because I can't tell you the amount of times where I'm like, I just need a quick external display, so I'll just like literally grab my iPad, put it over to the side, and then I have two working screens right on my desk for school and everything. So now, to be able to run Sidecar, you need a Mac. There will be a list of compatible Macs right here. And you need either an iPad Pro, it can be any model, an iPad 6th generation or newer, an iPad mini 5th generation or newer, or the 3rd generation iPad Air or later. So now they do also have to be on the same iCloud, and they have to be pretty close to each other so they can establish Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connections. And if you want to use it over USB-C or USB, whatever Mac, depending on the Mac you have, you can do that by plugging in a cable and making sure that your iPad is a trusted device. And then if you go up to the Control Center icon on Big Sur, you can click on that and then press where it says Displays. And for me, it sometimes pops up. It doesn't always pop up in this little kind of circle. So you can just click on Displays and it will open right up, and then you can just press Connect to your iPad. Now, if it doesn't show up there, you can go into System Preferences, go to Sidecar, and connect it manually from settings. And then you can also change, if you have an Apple Pencil, that it will be able to interact with the screen in certain ways. I don't have an Apple Pencil, so I don't know how this would work out. And then you can also pick like where it shows you your sidebar, so if you would want it on the left side of the screen or the right side of the screen, or if you want the touch bar on the bottom or the top. So you can truly customize it to be yours. You can also change the default wallpaper, so it's not Apple's Big Sur wallpaper or anything. It can be whatever you want it to be. It doesn't have to be a specific, like mine is the Big Sur Arial that changes throughout the day, I believe, as that's what my Mac is, because I'm a big fan of like the Arial changing design ones that Apple has created and come out with over the past few years. Now, every year I do change mine to match like the latest release, because it is pretty cool to see like the different islands, and also when you're staring at the same thing for a very long time, you gotta change it up a bit, I feel like. So when Apple does it, I really like them, as they are designed well, and they also do look pretty cool usually. But it'll adapt with the day, just like it will on my iPad, so the wallpapers will match. You can make them different if you want to make them different. You can customize this in basically any way you would customize your Mac. Now, it does share some Mac settings, such as like your messages and all of that, and your notifications will only go to your Mac, not your iPad, which is a little annoying, because there have been times where I'll be like using the Sidecar display, and then my Mac will alert me that my battery's at like 10%, and I won't realize, and then I'll realize when my computer's either at like 2% or dead, that it died on me, and I had to plug it in so the notifications don't come over. But you can open the notification center so you can see that. And you do also have your status bar on the screen, so you have two separate ones, so you can have like one application open on your Mac and still be able to control it, and then one open on the Sidecar display and be able to interact with it. So that is pretty cool, because they've literally thought of everything they could and also given us everything we would want, I feel like. Now, the only other thing I would want would be the ability to interact with this by touching it, instead of just like making the touchscreen on my iPad like irrelevant. Or if you like have a mouse plugged into your iPad, to be able to use that, or if you have like the smart keyboard case with the mouse and keyboard built in, or the smart folio case, the smart keyboard folio case with just the keyboard, and just be able to like interact with it. It is a little annoying that you can't do that, because I don't know about you, but like there have been times where I'll just connect an external keyboard and mouse to my computer, so I can just use it all without having to like type on my computer and be like looking over to the side to use while using my iPad. So it is really great that you have the ability to have, you know, two screens just side by side. And if you even need a third screen, you can manually plug in a third-party display and have different things open, which I'm a big fan of, because there have been times where I'm like, I need to have this open, but I need to have like this running on the side, and then I also need this, and like you can't keep forcing them and making the window smaller on your screen. So it's gotta say, Sidecar is great. Everyone who loves it, or everyone who uses it, loves it. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.